Hey there everyone, Hitesh here and welcome to another Saturday Live. And today we are a little bit early. I was having some free time and was not doing much, so I thought let's just hang around on YouTube with you guys as well. And I try to go live almost every single Saturday around 9 o'clock. Today I'm a little early, so 10 minutes early. So let me first fix up all these regular stuff, slow mode and stuff. Kind of do that all the time. I wish there could be a default setting for that. So let me go ahead, move to YouTube Studio. So how are you doing? Hope I'm gonna see some of the comments very soon. Hopefully YouTube will send notification as well. Hopefully. Everything is running on the hope right now. I can see some of the likes as well, but I'm not still fetching the comments. Hopefully it will fetch it soon. Okay, so let's go up into the content section. Okay, so a lot of people are joining up. Ujjwal Chatterjee. Hey Ujjwal, how are you? Hey Sridhar. Hey Amara Khan. How are you? How's it going on for you guys? I hope you are doing good. Okay, so Manav Kothari says, want to see your TEDx talk. It will be available on the TEDx channel very soon. I cannot actually put it on my channel. That's not allowed. So hopefully it's going to be out very soon on the TEDx channel. This was recorded in almost the same quality that you see up here, but with long hairs and stuff. So just ignore that part. Okay, so it's going to take just a couple of more minutes till I enable the slow mode. I don't have any assistant to do it, so I need to do it. And enable the slow mode, 60 seconds, and there we go. So slow mode is enabled now. Hopefully it will be up in the pop-up notification. Changes are saved now. And let me also pop up this chat. Okay, slow mode is enabled now so that we can actually see what's the chat going on and we can see that. Okay, now things are looking fantastic. Now I can see all of your chats and can chit chat with you and hopefully. Okay, so Vivek, you are here. Yes, I am here doing some stuff. Hopefully, I saw your push notification on the GitHub, so I'll check that very soon. We're building some stuff, so hopefully things are going to be good there. Okay. Payal says, Golang is good to learn or not? Yes, absolutely. Golang is fantastic to learn, but you need to learn it with a fresh perspective. It's not just one more language. It's really a fresh start. There are a lot of features that are missing in the Golang, and you need to think it that these features are not missing. They were intentionally not designed. So don't expect these features to come up in the future versions of Golang. It's fantastic, but it's going to take some time to actually adjust with the language flow. And once you do that, it's really fantastic and looks very promising, this language. Jaspreet Singh Kohli says, hi sir. Hi Jaspreet, how are you? How's it going on for you? Okay, Shushmita, slow mode enabled on. Yes, that's what we have done up here. Okay, let me pick up more of these questions and thought. Okay, Shivangi says, please let me know about your web development course and React.js course. I think the way how you should start is start with my free JavaScript series. And once you're done with that, then you move into your React.js series. And then you can go for front end or maybe Bootstrap. Depends on how much comfortable you are feeling with HTML and CSS. Starting with JavaScript is always a good idea. Okay, Ravi says you have such a lovely voice. Such a lovely voice you have. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you so much for that. Okay, let's pick up. I like your t-shirt. Thank you so much. It looks good on me. I think the same. Kudos. Okay, let's pick up this question. Okay, Chirag Sani says, VS Code theme tutorial man, or should I come to Jaipur and see from your iMac? No, you don't need to do that. I know that's a long due tutorial. It's hanging in my to-do list of the videos. I've already decided the name of it. First, I thought that I'm gonna call this as steroid for VS Code. Then I thought it will demonetize the video. Then I thought like juice up your VS Code, skill up your VS Code, something like that. I need to make a really good video on VS Code theming. It's not just mindless theming that you do. It's not like you can try out theming. What the whole idea is that you have a theme which actually suits you. Like this theme is designed, what I have designed is actually suitable for teaching, and that's why it is up here. So I know this is a long overdue. I'll definitely do that. Really sorry for that. Is JavaScript good for data structure? You should really watch my video where I said, is Python banned in FANG companies and interviews? See, data structure is just way how you organize your data. So I don't think language has anything to do in it. Okay, how to get started with AWS if I don't have international cards? In some of the countries, they are allowing the debit card, especially in India. They have launched quite a good venture of allowing and accepting a whole number of Indian debit cards. But if you are living in some of our neighboring countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Nepal, that's going to be terrible. I totally understand the situation, especially of Nepal. The payment gateway is like what it used to happen like 15 years ago in India. It's in a horrible condition right now. So I get that people from Nepal is going to be having not so great. Super chat from Singh says, "Hi Tej, have a nice day." Hey Singh, thank you so much, and same to you as well. Shushmita says, .NET Core with Angular or .NET Core with React JS, which one is good? I would say if you can lean towards React, go try that. But .NET is actually, .NET got my attention in the 6th version yesterday. There was Microsoft developers idea about there. So yeah, that's fantastic. There are a lot of questions coming in, so we need to take them as well. Okay, Bhupendra Singh, thank you so much for the super chat. And I know so many super chats are coming in. Let's take them one by one. So first take, let's the chat from Dhruv. And this one says Vue plus Vuetify plus PHP. Your views on this? Good idea to use. I have a big application to build. If not Vue, Vuetify, then where's the question? Then what? I'm not pretty sure I would use Vue for a pretty massive application. If the application is already built up and that requires some state management and stuff, then obviously I can use Vue, but I don't have that much of confidence yet in Vue. Even after designing the course, working for one of the client, I would prefer to go with React and Redux, at least as of now. And PHP at the backend is fine, no issue. Go for Laravel or something that makes your life a little bit easier. So PHP, no issue there. But on the front end, I would prefer React and manage. It's a big project, so managing state with the Redux or maybe Context API would make much more sense. Do you speak Hindi? Yes, of course, I speak Hindi. I speak Marwari, and I speak a little bit English too. Okay, moving on to more questions. So another one question is, let's go ahead and take this one. So there's another super chat by Code Reviews. Thank you so much, Heart. I really, really appreciate such super chats. Okay, then another super chat from Muthu. Hey Muthu, it's been a while. How are you? Hello, Hitesh sir. Hello to you as well. I know that you are usually the first guy to comment. I know that very well. And usually you are the first guy to join up in the super chat, not super chat, these live sessions and everything. So yep, that's one thing. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up another question. Okay, so Shivangi Tiwari says, please let me know about real-time projects in your course. There are a plethora of them. Go on to the course page and you can find all the links. Even in the demo videos, you can see the course projects and stuff. So I highly recommend to check out the course page. I guess there are 5 or 7, I don't remember, but yeah, around 7 or 8 projects are there, and they're pretty good projects in case you want to. And definitely you can try more in by having a look on the course page. You don't need to buy it as of now, but just take a look on the course page. That will help you a lot in deciding things. Okay, so there was another super chat. I'm trying to find that. There we go. Here it is. This one says, Mr. Banerjee, how did you manage to keep yourself in line when you were stuck in competitive coding and eventually made yourself better? No, that's one thing. I was never stuck in competitive coding. This is the one thing that I really, really know that I was never stuck in the competitive coding. I know it, I have done it as well, but I was never stuck in it. The problem with the current mindset is that I need to do 400 programming or competitive questions, or I need to do 500 questions. That is not the point. You don't need to do 1,000 different questions to understand the concept. You just need to do like 80 or 100 types of question. That's it. Don't do the repetitive question just because there is a mark of hard, easy. Don't go for that. Make yourself a plan. There might be a book just right there. You cannot see it right now. But there is a book, Cracking the Coding Interview, or you can take my course as well in case you want a visual like video format of that. Not exactly, but I have done it my way. The problem is, don't go for the number of questions. That is where you'll be stuck around. Go for the type and the variety of question. Let's just say you want to do 5 questions in array, 5 questions in string, 5 questions in recursion, and different variety of that. These all things are designed so that you can think and you can improve your thinking process of that. So stuck with the competitive programming is the worst nightmare that you can have. Okay, so looks like there are a couple of more super chats. The one from Bhupendra Singh, thank you so much. And Jaspreet, I really like the icon that you're using. So much classy. Sir, I need some suggestions to develop a website from my dad's restaurant. Can you suggest some framework which would be best suited? Uh, you can, if you have like you don't know much of the skill or programming, then you obviously can go for WordPress. But another one, quick and fast and up and running, would be Django. You don't have to manage too much in the back end and stuff. You can put up a lot of information. And I think if you take my Django freelance development course, a whole lot of project that can be modified into the restaurant app and everything. So if I had to do it right now, I would be doing it in Django because I want the restaurant's website and everything to be quick up and running. And then later on, I can probably move it to some better like Node or something. But if I would have to do it, I would do it in Django as of now. And my course is more than enough to actually get you that. It's just, I guess, 299, 390. I don't remember, 299 or 399, something like that. Okay, so Tanik says, please speak in Hindi. You have understood me so far, and the whole idea of a language is to make sure that you understand me, I understand you. You're writing this in English and asking me to speak in Hindi. That's not fair, even a little bit. Okay. Jay Patel says, have you taken vaccine? No, not yet. Not yet. It's not available that much. It's not my choice here. Like it's not like it's available and I'm looking forward to not take it. Okay, Pranjul says, what's the story behind your tattoo? I got 2 tattoos, one up here that you can see and another one on here as well. Probably someday I'll share, like I wanted to share a lot about my travel stories as well, maybe a tattoo story as well. I I'm not sure that if people are actually ready to listen to my stories, all the 31 countries that I have traveled, all these amazing things that I've seen. I'm not sure that people are ready. Like just yesterday, in case you follow me up on Instagram, I shared a story about Dolbabashe Palace, which is one of the most beautiful palace I have ever seen. Since you are here, let me share this as well. Dolbabashe Palace in the Turkey is one of the place where I've seen that Britishers have given something. Like British, no offense to British people, but wherever I have been traveling, I've seen that Britishers have taken Kohinoor from India. I have no grudges or offense on that. Let's keep that aside for a minute. They went to Egypt, they took the Rosetta Stone, which was the essential foundation of finding everything in the Egypt. But Dolbabashe Palace is the only palace where Britishers have given something to the Turkish. And I think that that alone thing makes that palace so much amazing. I'm quite a history freak and I can bore you all day long with these stories. So I'm not pretty sure that people are ready to listen to these kinds of stories. I would love to tell you. At least I can spin off 31 incidents and stories because 31 countries, 31 stories like that. Okay, let me pick up another super chat upcoming up here. So first one says, you are so inspiring. Loved your Angular course. Hey, thank you so much. I truly appreciate my humble bow to you that you loved the courses and everything. Akshat Jangit says, have you ever visited to Bhilwara? Yes, once. I would like to visit one more time because one of my friend, you might have seen his blogs on my article, the blog page, Rakesh, he's also from Bhilwara. And He is currently working at one of the giants in the cybersecurity. Like there is no big company apart from that. Okay, Shavik Bajpai says, can you please make I write code gray t-shirts? That would be lovely, I think, and many of us will be excited a lot for it. I tried it actually. I need to do some modification in how the I write code is being printed because they were not looking good on the gray t-shirt. I have a sample. Probably I'll share it with you on some live. It was not looking good, and the ultimate idea is it should look good. And don't worry, guys, the t shirt giveaway is going to be coming back. I have a whole lot of budget to send a lot of t shirts, so that will be coming up for sure. Okay, there is another big super chat this time, so let's go ahead and bring that up on board. That is like really a big one. Didn't expect it that big. Okay, here we go. A big super chat. I have developed a m-commerce app with the help of React Native. Which server database is best for real time? I know JS, PHP, MySQL. If you want to go for real time, there is another DB. Uh, Let me just quickly search for that. You have just wait for a second. Actually, I know that DB name. I just forgot it. It's not Firebase actually. We don't use Firebase. Sometimes it can be expensive. So we used it in the one of the project. How can I forget that? You actually can use MongoDB as well, but let me tell you, there's another DB, Rethink DB. Yeah, actually, I almost forgot that. So if you want to use something for the real time and you're looking forward that, you know what, I'm not going to go into Firebase. It can be expensive. Firebase ultimately is a great solution if you want to go for that. But if you think that that can be expensive for me, then Rethink DB is one of the DB where you should be looking up for. MySQL is not going to cut through if you want a real-time update. Like the way how the MySQL is designed was never a real-time update. So Rethink DB is one of the answer. Or Mongo can also fit in some of the scenarios, but Rethink is gonna do the job for you. Okay. We are interested to know about your stories, blogs. You should make blog. I think you want to say is vlog. I don't have video footage or snippets from all of the travel. I tried it in a couple of vlogs, but uh, I think that enjoying that experience at that time was much more important. So I didn't shot much of the thing. I've clicked photos, but I have lived that moment. I can just close my eyes right now and I can be in the Dolbabashe Palace again or all these streets of Germany. Like, I love that traveling. I'm missing it a lot. Hi, sir. What's your take on .NET technologies, Blazor, .NET 6? Why you don't talk much about .NET? .NET actually never got my interest. There were some foundational issues that I really didn't enjoy it in the .NET. .NET 5 changed a whole lot of my perspective about it, but I was not ready to dive deep into it. But .NET 6, which I saw the presentation day before yesterday, I think it's day before yesterday, on the Microsoft Developer YouTube, it got 2,000 views. But really, that's enough for the developers. But I think .NET 6 is much more promising, much more foundational on the ground concept. I think C# and the .NET 6 are gonna just make sure that the .NET relive. That's how promising it is. So I think I'll start talking more about it now that all of my issues are resolved in the .NET. So yeah. A creative expert says, watched your today's TEDx talk. It was amazing. Hey, thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining there. Any views on Domino's data breach? Yeah, it happens. Security is a cat and mouse game. It happens. Okay, a lot of people are asking for that they are okay with the travel stories. Should I share this on this channel? I don't have time to create a new channel and maintain that. Uh, yeah, like start a different channel for your share your stories. Yeah, I think I can. I don't want to like put them on this channel. At least I'll put them on maybe another channel where we'll do gaming or maybe these stories. I have so many stories that I definitely want to tell and relive the moment. Okay, Shiva says, just now I watched one of your videos on AWS certification. Really good. Subscribed and joined this live. Hey, thank you so much and welcome on board to the programmers community on the internet. So AWS, I recently actually worked in a really big firm on AWS. So that's how I learned so much and so quickly. The point is, when you try to learn things on your own or by tutorial or by courses, it takes like 2, 3 months, 5 months. But when you work with seniors, it takes just a fraction of that time. So that's the thing here. So I'll be sharing more about all of these. So yeah. Why the web tutorials don't focus on testing application? Because there are different channels who are expert in testing. I have I don't have that much of experience. A little bit on Selenium, a little bit on some JavaScript like Mocha and stuff. So I don't talk much on that. I don't have much of expertise there. Hey Nitin, thank you so much for the super chat. And let's pick up a couple of more questions which are hanging around for a while. Sir, is your TEDx talk available anywhere? Yes, it will be uploaded on the TEDx official channel. I have a legal binding that I cannot actually upload that talk on my channel, so I won't be doing that. But surely, soon it will be available. My previous two talks are available. It's going to be there. Bibek says, Rethink DB. Yeah, I searched that. That's exactly Rethink DB. So FaunaDB. No, FaunaDB doesn't cut through in the real-time database. It sucks there. It's a good database, but it sucks there. Okay, let's pick up. Ryan says, how do you not get lost in the development process as a beginner? Uh, I'm I'm not a beginner first, and but I understand your perspective. It's easy to get lost in the development entirety, and especially when the videos are on the YouTube, and then back to back you are suggested this bootcamp and this 2 hour video, the 6 hour video. So it's very important that you make up your plan. There are a plethora of roadmap videos as well, but as a web development, your ideal situation should be that I want to leave HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap as quickly as possible. And by the term leave, I mean to say you might want to finish them up. So whatever you can learn, give yourself a month that this month is dedicated just for HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap, and I'll be just done with that. And then finish up my JS series, and you'll be on the right track after that. Okay, let's pick up a couple of more. There are a lot of super chats coming up, so I'm trying to just find them quickly so that I don't miss any of them. Okay, where to learn AWS? The official docs and spend some money. The best way to learn AWS is just spin off some machines, try all these things and stuff. So that's the one thing. Okay, some of you are asking questions like Rajat says, Super Firebase versus Superbase. I am in touch with Superbase guys. I actually dropped them an email. I'm trying to bring that founder of the Superbase onto this channel if he's free and not busy with some of the commitments. My video is already planned up like 1.5 months ago. Then I got busy in the stuff. So I would really would like to bring up Superbase founder on the channel and have a live discussion in front of you so that you can also ask some questions and stuff like that. So I'm in touch with these guys. So yes. Okay. How can I have a joint career with full stack position and AI learning by studying machine learning and AI with full stack? It's actually tough to have a joint career because most of the time, what you're going to see that people who are in the web development are learning the completely different stacks and tech. While people who are interested in AI, they usually learn Python and just fly off in their own direction. So you can definitely go and pick up something like Django and stuff, but most of the time you won't be stucking into the web dev. You will be stucking with business tools, Power BI and stuff. So uh, this is where your expertise is going to be much more utilized. But if you want to build up something on your own, maybe you are having an idea of a startup or something, then I don't think web dev is like really that much hard. And you can process all of your data through recognition or whatever the services you're using on AWS to process your machine learning and all the data. So you can do that and just throw up a JSON response and handle that JSON response maybe just in React. But again, it depends. There are a lot of use cases going around, and it's tough to go for like that. But in the ideal situation, if anybody asks me, I would say, hey, learn Python, learn Django, learn a little bit database too, because it's going to be useful for you in the AI and all of that. And then just like that. So learn Django and MySQL too, and then you can continue your AI journey like that. Okay, let's pick up more questions. Good evening, sir. I have completed my React and Merge course from LCO. Hey, thumbs up and congratulations. But I'm still not confident to give interviews. Uh, just give your first one. Nobody is confident in giving the interviews. Just give your first one, and stuff like that. So just give your first one, and then you'll see that where you are standing. Probably you might not need to take my interview preparation course. uh, I would honestly say, I know it would give me more sale, but personally, the recommendation I would give you is give your first interview. Even after giving your first interview, you don't feel confidence or you are not able to crack that questions, then only take my course. Otherwise, just go for it. Go for the interview. That's the best advice I can give you. Okay, Golang plus React or JS work. What will you pick? JS1 has double pay when compared to Golang job. No, my friend, no. This is where you might be a little bit wrong. It's not like the JS is having double pay as Golang. Uh, okay, let's bring this back. So no, it's not like that. The JS is having the double pay compared to the Golang. It depends on which country or what project you are looking up for. I have seen some of the like hanged up project, and one of the company that I know, they paid 7 lakh rupees to a Golang developer for a month. It was a little over a month job, but let's just assume 2 months. That's it, and they paid 7 lakh rupees to a Golang developer. The project was badly stuck, and they needed a Golang developer, and that's how much he charged. So it depends where you are looking up for. And I know this is one a rare opportunity, but yeah, it can be like that. So okay, some viewers thinks you are IITian. I had in my college time as well quite dominance in the IITB. Not dominance, I would say I had a lot of fun there, and I have gone through with the internship programs. I have lived in IIT Bombay as well. I have taught in IIT Roorkee. I have taught in IIT Kharagpur as well. And NITs are countless. I have been into countless NITs, and IIT Guwahati as well. I have taught there as well. In the IIT-B, I have taken a number of classes, including some classes on data structure as well. So I'm not officially from IIT, like I'm not passed out, but I have taught there. So you can consider me as an IITian, a teacher IITian. That would be great. But no, I'm not an IITian. I'm not passed out from there. I have only taught there. Okay, so okay, some words to Clubhouse. Maybe after this live, I'll hang around in the Clubhouse if you are creating any. I'm already on the Clubhouse from a long time. So, yeah, in case you are joining up there, go ahead and invite me as well. I'll join you up. We'll have some word chit chat there. No notification from YouTube this time. YouTube is in a lot of pain these days. They're just having. Okay, let's pick up another super chat. Completed your JS series. Should I go for jQuery or Ajax next? Nope. That both of them are not the correct answer. You should go for my React course next, because after learning JavaScript, I think the next best thing that makes sense is going for React now. So go for my React course. It's good. In case you want to go for other instructor as well, that's fine too, but go for React course. Okay, Libina, am I saying your name correct? If not, sorry. Libna says, hello, sir. Other than learning web technologies, what else a web developer should learn? DB, database, MySQL. You can learn Mongo and all these things as well, but you should really have a good command over the MySQL. Like the more understanding of MySQL you'll be having, the better it's going to be. And once you're done with these kinds of basic web dev stuff, then probably you can move on to some cloud, Jenkins, basics of Linux. Yeah, that's one thing. Basics of Linux. Complete the blog section series of Linux. That's must have for everybody. Okay, Kunal says, how big is your client consulting business? Ah, uh, decent size. uh, Significantly decent, I would say. I'm blessed now that I have to pick which client I'm going to choose consulting, which client I'm going to choose my development skills. So I would say I am pretty blessed in that area now. Okay, Devendra says, does degree matters for product-based companies? Yes, they always say degrees don't matter, but yes, degrees do matter, and they are not gonna allow you to take interviews even if you don't have a degree. This is gonna be hard time. They always say because it looks good in the press that hey, degrees don't matter, we hire. But if you go right now, let's do something. I don't have that screen being set like that, so okay, let's do one thing here. Okay, so let me just show you. I hope you can see my screen as well. I was searching for that. So Tesla job. Okay, so let me just bring these things. I hope, can you see my screen? No, you cannot see my screen. My browser, can you see that? No, you cannot see actually my browser. That's the bad part. I need to do some configuration. I thought I'll show you the configuration. If I'll do it, it's gonna just allow me to disconnect this live. But you can actually do this on some of your live as or just opening up a browser. That even if you check currently the Tesla, which is known for saying that hey, degrees don't matter, even on their website it says you need to have a bachelor's degree on this. There's no job which says you don't need degree. So trust me, they always need degree. Okay, moving on. There are a lot of super chats. I'm probably missing something. Why you go with money always? Why shouldn't I? Everybody needs to go with the money. So I'm telling you what's reality here. If you want me to sugarcoat things, I won't be doing that. Sorry for that. But trust me, you are also going to go for money as well because you'll not be working for anybody for free. You are learning all these skills to earn money. Trust me, my friend. Let's not set up dual standards here. Let's just be very clear what we are and what we really want to do. Why do you think so many people opt for computer science? It's a nice job, it's a nice pay. That's the fact. I don't ignore facts, I don't ignore numbers. Hi, thank you so much. Thank you so Thank you, such awesome content. Thank you so much. Currently working as React Native. So what's next? I know Python. I was interested in data science. You're already working in React Native, so I guess React Native, and bit of databases are already good and fine for you. In case your database stuff is all done, like you have learned the MySQL and a bit of Mongo as well, then I would, of course, recommend after that you move into data science. You already know Python, so you can start with learning the libraries of Python, maybe NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and all these libraries. I do have a course as well in case you want to check it out, but I believe you can learn on your own as well if you wish to. Okay, who's going to win? Chelsea or Manchester? I have no idea. I'm not too much into football. Basketball? Yeah. Football, not that much. I don't follow them too much. Node or Django, and SQL or NoSQL for mid and big app. It depends what your app is doing. If your app is doing too much of analytics, there is a potential of changing the schema of data structure quite a lot in the future, then obviously I'll go for Mongo. If you know that your users are going to sign up and the data structure of that guy is not going to be changing too much, then obviously I'll go for MySQL or any kind of SQL database. And if I want to go a little bit more powerful, maybe Aurora DB, something like that, to go for that. I would usually in most days I would prefer Node as an application because it works really fast. And compared to Django, if you're gonna see how the real world performance, especially in the API development, it's faster in the Django for these API development, but it's really amazing how fast and how performance the Node actually gives you. That's why it is industry standard. Uh, Mithil says, make other channel and make videos like Tech Lead. Nobody can make videos like Tech Lead. And he's a millionaire. I probably am not. His videos are like, sometimes it's hard to find, are they sarcastic, are they real? Because sometimes he talks real. Then I need to open up my portfolio and say, hey, today I earned like 20 lakh rupees. Today I lost 50 lakh rupees. I don't do that. Tanmay is doing it. Tanmay Bhatt. But that would be fun. Okay, let me tell you one thing very honestly. Not this one actually, Flutter and performance. We will talk about that I was looking for this comment. How do you keep yourself motivated? To be honest with you guys, it's tough these days. These days, I'm just trying to barely do the work and just finish these things off. It's been 1.5 years. I haven't been to like more than 20 kilometers from my house. And it's getting to my nerves now to just sit around. And I have lost a few good friends as well, some family members as well in this wave of pandemic. So that's also additional burden. I have some of the friends who I'm worried about. They are in age, but they are good friends of mine. They are travel buddies. And I'm a little bit worried about them, that whether they are going to survive this pandemic. Will I get again a chance to travel with them? One of my close buddy, I call him Indiana Jones in case you've watched some of my vlogs. He is old, retired colonel. And I have done a lot of traveling with him. And I'm worried for him that this corona wave is going to spare him or not. He's a tough guy. I know that, but I'm worried for him. He's one of the best travel buddies I've found. Okay, anyways. There's an interesting question. I would love to answer this. Notion versus Trello versus ClickUp. Which one you preferably, can you say why? Hydrate. Yeah, cheers. I prefer Notion. Actually, I use Notion every single day. I have replaced all of my apps with the Notion, but since you're asking for the Trello as well, for all of the work related stuff with the team management and stuff, I still use a Trello. I haven't done a replacement like Trello. And for all of my personal work, to do reminders, even some of the payment works, all are done and managed through the Notion. I am probably looking forward now the API is out of the Notion. I probably will replace my Hitesh Chaudhary website with a Notion page, something like that. So yeah, that's going all around. There's a super chat and it says, currently working in a support project in MNC Fresher. Is it better to switch now or only after 1 year? I'm learning MERN. At least a year. I would say if you are in a company and you are a fresher, at least you are there already and it's an MNC. So stay there for at least 1 year, get yourself experience, and you should be able to call yourself, hey, I have worked 1 year there. Then eventual progress was to learn the development and I have moved now. But remember, your experience as a support is not going to be counted in the development. So keep that in mind. Which laptop is best for coders? Anything that can have a VS Code and probably a good browser. You can do pretty much any development with that. Fire up some virtual machines in cloud and stuff. So if you are giving me the liberty to choose any, I would choose a MacBook any day. I don't have to worry too much about the installation and running different set of commands on Windows. And especially since I have to do a lot of development work on the servers as well. So I would prefer a Mac or maybe a pure Linux instead of Windows. Make my life a little bit easier. Okay, so let's pick up. A lot of questions are coming in. I just got engaged in my old memories of traveling. Okay. Let's pick up more of the super chats. Okay, thank you so much for the super chat. Mohana Krishna Thangela. Did I say it correct or not? Sandeep Maheshwari, new platform. Haven't seen that. Did he launch his own platform? I think that's a good thing, because I said it in my LinkedIn as well that if you don't like the policy of YouTube, you can any day just move on to Vimeo or your own platform. You pay them the money and you serve everything without ads. Just like I do on Learn Code Online. I just don't keep on complaining. I'm an engineer. I know that instead of complaining, putting up a solution is a better deal any given day. Ranting, definitely it gives more attention, more views. Good for that. I do sometimes that intentionally, but I prefer to going for that. Okay, so let's pick up more questions. Okay, any word about Indian government apply new laws on popular social media? On some extent, I would say we should definitely get the right of privacy and right of expression. That's ultimate right of everybody. And as the Britisher says, rights are something like you use it or you lose it. So better to use them. That's actually at one stance, but I would still say that all these social media shouldn't be given that much power that they can do anything, just abusely stop and remove anybody. There should be some things on that. So just take care of these anonymity and all these hatred going on. World was fine without Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, this YouTube. We were doing fine before that. Orkut was running fine. So they are trying really hard, and there are a lot of. I think it deserves its own video, going back and forth with the pros and cons. So yeah. Okay, is it okay to be from tier 3, tier 4 college? Yes, of course. They are colleges. Somebody gonna get pass out from them, so it's totally fine. Okay, moving on to more super chats. It says, I've completed React Bootcamp. How to more practice with React. All the projects that you have built in the courses, you should definitely try to add more features in them. That's going to be practice number one. And the second practice is going to be build something. You have got enough idea. We have built an Instagram clone in that React. So I think you should try to now build something like a clone of Twitter where you can tweet, like, follow, that much. At least go ahead, try that. Okay. Okay, there are a lot of no. I don't know. Did I ask something? Okay, I don't know. I forgot that. Sorry. Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat, Shahid. That reminds me of Shahid Afridi. How he is doing? Is he back? I hope so. I would love to see him play. Thank you so much for the super chat, Game X. Okay. Ananya Sharma says, I'm following your MERN stack course. Almost 70% is done. Hey, great progress. It's a pretty big course. I do agree on that. Okay, so let's pick up more. A lot of questions are coming in. It's hard to just see some of them actually. Okay, when you online or offline bootcamp for machine learning? Not soon, especially seeing with the corona situation. I don't think so anything offline is going to happen anything soon. Okay, can you please tell me any other high profession of high demand in future other than computer science? Yeah, politician. Great potential. Nobody's gonna ask you for the, like, hey, what's the deadline or anything. A lot of money. Yeah, that's a fantastic career option. Definitely, you should think about it. Ah, there's an interesting chat here. Not on Tesla, just watch Facebook, Google, Netflix, FANG range companies on their job description. They mentioned they don't need degrees. Many web dev YouTubers have got job without degrees. Yes, of course, they have got a job without degrees. You can, I'm not denying it. Uh, I'll post up these screenshots, and if you wish, and you can just directly go and they say equivalent of bachelor's degree. I don't know what that means. I'm not here to fight with you. I'm totally with you. I'm not here to fight with you, but a lot of companies are not going to be even filtering your resume if you don't have still degree. I know that degrees are worthless. They are not providing you enough of value now. But still, a lot of companies are going to ask you that. And even questions that only people who have studied the degree actually knows in depth there. Okay, thank you so much for the super chat, Rajat. I appreciate that. Sir, survey says, sir, please make one DevOps course. We are going quite heavy on the DevOps. If you look at our blog section, we first went into Linux, not Linux, Ansible, which is a core essential part of the DevOps. We went with the Linux as well, and we are planning to come up with another series. Hopefully by this upcoming week, you'll see 2-3 articles on that. So yes, we are going heavy on the DevOps. We are creating a lot of blogs. Hopefully, maybe in the future, we'll go for the courses as well. Okay, waiting for a live with code with Harry. I'll ping him again, maybe. I have pinged him before as well. He said that he's running a little busy. Probably he might got free now. I'm still waiting. I dropped him a message that, hey, whenever you get free, just ping me up and we'll probably host a live and we'll have chit chat. How much time do you give to YouTuber or YouTube? Not much, actually. If I'll just show you, I'll post a screenshot of how much time I give on YouTube as watcher. Last Saturday I checked it. I gave in the entire week 2.5 hours to YouTube. That's it. I don't get that much time. I want to give more time in watching YouTube content, but I don't get that much free time. Is it okay to leave job and look for others if you feel you are less paid with less resources and you feel irrelevant? Let me answer a couple of questions here. Yes, it's totally okay if you can afford to lose a few months of salary and still can manage it on your own while hunting for the job. And you know that I'll get that. I have links, I have network, and I can find the opportunity. Then it's totally okay. No such big deal. But you'll always feel in every single company that you are less paid, you have less resources, you have less of the time, and irrelevant. I don't know much sure about it, but even if you will be in Google and stuff, you'll be seeing the politics and all of that. I've been contracted in these fan companies. You always feel like the deadline is too fast. We are under resourced. We need to hire more people. It's kind of a constant thing. So don't think that just by changing the company this is going to change. No, it's not going to change. Shorter says, on current job, working little on MuleSoft and more on containers and Kubernetes deployment, which is good to pursue for future. Containers and Kubernetes. Uh, if you want to go more on that side, have you seen just like the Docker is now being supported on M1 Mac? There was a lot of updates on their channel, a lot of updates in their newsletter as well. So going more on the side of container and the Kubernetes and even preparing for the Kubernetes exam is like really fantastic. I would recommend that. Highly, highly recommend. Thank you so much. A nice little short message. I think everybody can appreciate this. Everything will be fine. Thank you so much, Abhishek. I think we all need this kind of message instead of putting up so much hatred on the internet. Like, what a lovely message. Big shout out to Abhijit Kumar. Everything will be fine. Like, couldn't be much more happier than this. Thank you so much. Big shout out to you. Anupam says tech lead is I won't go for that word. Sometimes I enjoy his content. They are very, very sarcastic. But sometimes I had really hard to find that it's really difficult to find that whether he's sarcastic or a regular guy. Like it's difficult. Okay, where do you buy the mug? You haven't seen the mug I was trying to bring from the Germany. This big, with the metal all around the glass, and then a nice holdable. That was a classic beer mug. I thought I'll put some iced tea and we'll drink on the channel with this. I couldn't brought it. Need to go Germany again. It was near the mine, the salt mine in the Poland, actually, not Germany. But it's a really nice place. I definitely need to share more stories with you. That was one of the best there are two underground salt mines in the entire world, and the biggest one is in Pakistan. The second biggest one is in the Poland. Again, sharing some history. Okay, let's go for super chat. Cracking the coding interview useful for Python. It's useful for everything. The solutions in the book itself are Python, but if you're going for solution, you're not doing any good for these questions. You should go for how these problems are being solved, and then you can solve it in any language. Python, Java, JavaScript, maybe Ruby, whatever you like. These questions are never meant to be just mug up the code and all of that. These questions are designed so that sometimes even in the FANG interviews, they don't ask you to write exact code. They want you to just solve it in such a way that you explain the algorithms and your working style nicely. And I have done it. Interview just say, hey, forget the code. You have explained it nicely. I know you can write that. So this happens. Just be prepared for that and explain your solution so much nicely in these interviews that people will forget to ask you about the code. And code, you can write code. Let me bring this up. Is that Horlicks? Like, what kind of Horlicks are you drinking? If your Horlicks look like this, throw it away, my friend. Throw it away. If your Horlicks looks like this, you need to throw that away. This is a raw mango drink. I love that. I'm loving it. That's why I'm having it. What are membership perks? Don't join membership. You don't need to join any membership. This is, I just turned this on and forgot to uh, disable it. Your views on Dr. Vivek Bindra. I don't consume his content, so I have no idea what he's talking about or what he actually delivers. I've just once in the feed I've seen his video that he was doing some case studies about some company. I don't even remember. I don't consume his content. He's just overexcited for my taste. I would like, there's Jonathan Harris. Uh, no, not Jonathan Harris. There's another this guy. I'll share that on my Instagram. He actually makes a lot of videos about maps and history. If you wish, I can tell you the name. I just forwarded his one of the video to one of my friend, so I can actually tell you about him. And I need to just check him up. What his channel name is. You'll love his channel. Come on, too many advertisements. Don't send a copyright strike on me. Johnny Harris. So his channel name is Johnny Harris. In case you want to see some good content, he makes absolute fantastic content. Bit inspired by history and borders and maps. In case you're interested in that, he was previously a Vox journalist, but now he has his own channel. I follow him. Like, he makes so good videos. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. What would you suggest to your younger self? I would say, hey, keep on going the exact way that you're doing. There is no regret in this path, and you will love your future journey. So there is nothing I would like to change in younger myself. Uh, Everything that I've worked really hard and all the things that I've achieved, surely I could have achieved more if I would be a little bit more open-minded and stuff, and be ready to invest more and stuff. But I'm happy. Whatever I have, the assets that I build, in the community I have built, the community that I have served, I think I don't want to change anything. Hey, Hemanta Kumar, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, so hopefully we're going to see one more super chat up here. Mayank says, I wish you get time and interest to make videos just for technical SEOs too. Uh, Technical SEOs are a little bit tricky and they're easy compared to make a video. Like, I found it a little bit easy if you take care of few tags and few rules, and that's basically it. It's just following some of the good practices. There is no short, like we don't do too much of the SEO on our Learn Code Online as well, yet we are in quite high ranking, quite search worthy as well. So serve the audience. That's the whole SEO. In our blogs, we never think about like repeating the keywords, or there is no thought like that. The only thought that we have is serve the user best. Okay, your take on Paytm IPO. I told you, when I made the video on YouTube about the Zomato IPO, did I made a video or publish that? Yes, I made that. I made that. Remember that. I told you, Zomato is going to be like a catalyst in moving companies into IPOs. These companies are growing like giant, but I don't call any company giant until unless they hit IPO. You might call them unicorn. I don't call them unicorn. If a company hits an IPO, that's where the true test of unicorn is going to be tested. So all these bubbles, even I don't really like too much of these bubble companies. You know what kind of companies I'm talking about? Colors. Uh, so I don't really like these companies because they are just too over evaluated and over money is being flowing there. If you are too much big, uh, why don't you just go and hit the IPOs and let the people decide that how much well you are doing in your sales and in the user acquisition? Just go there, go for the IPO. I think Paytm is doing a fantastic job. That's the one company I would love to invest further. I would love to buy their shares, and I would look forward for the IPO. Even if their IPO is like oversubscribed and their shares like go skyrocket on the day one, I would still buy and invest in them. That's one of the company. Another company I would love to invest in is Razorpay. I think they should also hit for an IPO now. They are pretty big and they should now move it up. And of course, Byju's, I don't like them much, but I think if they are saying that they are that much big, why not to hit for IPO? Go for it. Let's see that how we are doing there. Okay, web development or fancies like AI, IoT for freshers. Web dev. Think about how you're going to get paycheck because uh, Paying bill is also important, and fancy tech can get you job really nice, but a little bit later. Okay, hey, I want your today's TEDx tech lecture link. It's not yet available even with me. So it will be soon available on the TEDx channel. As soon as it comes up, I'll post it on YouTube community section as well as on my Instagram. Definitely 100%. Pinky promise. Okay, you have to watch PSL, Pakistan Super League. Okay, to see Shahid Afridi. Ah, he's playing there. I used to love these players in the early 90s, Shahid Afridi and all these guys. A good match. Not that much of hatred. Like, people used to break their TVs and stuff, yet the matches were there. It's a little boring these days. Too much of hatred is overtaking this stuff. Okay, anyways, let's bring up more of that. Is DS algo important? Yep. Too much important. You actually write better code when you know DS and algo, even a little bit of it. You can take better decision with that. So, okay, there's another super chat if I can bring this up. Okay, I can find that super chat hopefully. Sometimes it's difficult to find. There are so many chats going on. Okay, there's one. I'm full stack developer, React, PostgreSQL, Nest.js. With 2 years of experience, will learn Golang for backend is worth it, or shall I focus more on Node.js? Yes, definitely go for Node.js. You are already a full stack dev with 2 years of experience, so you have coded enough. And I think within like a 15 to 20 days, you should be really good up and running, and then you can move on to some of the frameworks of Golang and can start creating APIs in that too. I think that would be fantastic for you. Okay, so hopefully I'm gonna see more of that. That's an interesting one from Shri. Just thanks, I am learning too much in pizza price courses, but someone says uh, you just go for money. No, man. Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. I really enjoy when people actually learn from the quality material. Yes, I do charge money for my courses. I charge enough that servers and all these bills can be paid, and I can pay my bill too a little bit. But yes, I'm just practical, man. I'm not going after the money or behind the money. Yes, I have given enough of donations. I have done enough of t-shirts giveaway and planning for more giveaways as well. But when it comes to the talk about money, I am dead serious and I am dead practical. You should be too. Making things like, hey, he's doing everything for free for us. That doesn't happen, man. Nothing is free. How many times you're going to be fooled like that? Facebook fooled you, WhatsApp fooled you, Instagram is fooling you. Nothing is free, my friend. If somebody is sitting on YouTube talking to you, he's giving you time, he's giving you experience, there is always something that he expects in return. So just understand this fact. You are learning all this thing not to work as an NGO or 100% social. You will be giving some part of your money to charities and society, but you are learning all this programming to work, to earn money. What's wrong in that? You want to earn money, you want to help your parents, you want to help with your brothers and sisters, and maybe some of the people who are not that much blessed. Nothing wrong in that. Never be ashamed of that. I know this society is something like which says, don't go after money and all of that, and they hate people who go after money and businessmen. We have a lot of society who just curse the people like Ambanis and Adanis, curse them as much as you like, but it's a fact that a lot of people are getting their jobs because of these Ambanis and Adanis. Hate them as much as you like. The practicality is they are giving millions and millions of jobs, which a lot of government even is failing. Be practical. All I'm saying, don't love anybody or hate anybody, but be practical. Hey Yogesh, thank you so much for the super chat. There are a lot of fires here from Ishan Botra. How to start with and pursue career in blockchain development. I think Ethereum has good docs to study about. I still haven't got my interest to tell you answer about this because I usually don't touch any tech like that. I don't have that much of time to touch any tech that I want. I need to pick up the tech very, very carefully so that I don't burn my hand and I spend enough time to earn some money by the client or make some courses with that. So I pick up the tech very, very carefully. And I haven't picked up blockchain yet, so I cannot tell you much on that. Okay, tips for being consistent in completing what we are doing right now. Thank you in advance. Hey, I used to have a nice trick, but I am pretty sure you're gonna figure out something out of it as well. One of my thing of being consistent is treat yourself. I've always played like, if I'll finish this course and this client work by this month, then I'll go for this month long Europe trip. Like, treat yourself. This is like really, really one of the things which have motivated me so much to do so many courses and client work at the same time. So yeah, that's one of the things. I think you can also treat yourself by buying some MacBook, iPhone, OnePlus, maybe a new T-shirt. So treat yourself. Okay, currently working on Salesforce. I don't have much idea on the Salesforce. Not so good at coding. Okay. What to do to improve the coding as a skill? What skills do you suggest for future IT experience? 9 years now. With 9 years of experience, I say that before moving into the coding is going to be tough for you a little bit because you have already in the Salesforce. Why don't you try out a little bit on the networking or design or cloud? Think about that. These three options are really lucrative. They pay really, really amazing. UI, UX, because you have been into 9 years of industry. 9 years, probably you haven't coded, but you have that level of matureness to see and analyze the thing, what good, what's not good. So UI, UX, networking, and the cloud are three things which I would personally recommend you to go and try. Cloud, definitely on the higher list. Start with AWS. Okay, let's pick up more of these questions. Okay, there was a question I wanted to pick up. Where is it? Okay, there's a super chat as well. I almost missed that. Currently working on Salesforce. Okay, I've answered that. This one I've answered. There was a question. Okay, there's a super chat too. Can you share your YouTube subscriptions, non-tech? I cannot because I think some people get offended because some of the channels that I watch are not from the countries which most people love in this country now, and they might hate me for no reason. I am not confident to share that. But yeah, once in a while, I'll share them in the live chats that what are the channels that I absolutely love, why I love them. So that's also, but no, I cannot share them fully. But yes, I do follow a lot of people there. Thank you so much for the super chat, Webo. Okay, somebody was asking me the question. Hey Tej, can you dunk in basketball? No, I'm not that tall to dunk. I'm just 5'9", so I cannot dunk. Like, I can touch the ring by jump, but I cannot dunk. I'm a short guy, 5'9", just so I'm not 6 feet or 6'5" or 6'3". I'm not 6 feet. Okay. Do we have speed changing option in LCO? Yes, of course. Speed changing and quality changing, all these options are there. But of course, hey Desh, why don't you try stand-up comedy? I try watching them. Some people are good in something, some people are good in other things. I'm good in watching the stand-up comedy. So in case you have any good comedy videos that you think I haven't watched, shoot me up on Instagram. I'll love to watch that. Okay, money can't buy happiness. Habibi, come to Dubai. Trending reel. I don't watch that much of reel. Okay, but come to Dubai. That's nice. If Dubai is open, I would love to be there. Okay, another super chat. Some tips to plan and design system architecture. That cannot be answered here. Actually, I need to prepare a video for the system design and a whole lot of things on that. So I don't think I can answer that up here. Nice. Your ampana is getting warm. I agree. It's warm actually. Yeah. I need to put that in the fridge again. I got busy with you guys. No regret. Okay, REST versus GraphQL. I'm still going with the REST. Majority of the project can still be done with the REST. It all depends on do you have enough time or not. Like, if you'll ask me that what you would like to do if you have more time and somebody's paying me, GraphQL would make much more sense. But if you're just, time is one of the things which clients never gives you. Like, and I've done enough of that. That client don't give you that much of time. Google Cloud versus AWS, both of them are super expensive. AWS makes a little bit sense for us. On the scale, AWS is cheaper, but on the lower side, like if you're a beginner or you're a small company, you pay a hell lot of money in both of them, and that's one of my issue with them. They are super expensive. AWS gets you to more services, but you don't use like that much of these services. Okay, nice question by Vishu. Says, "Hi, how are you? I'm good, Vishu. How are you too?" Okay, there's a super chat. Any ideas on SAP developer market value? Heard about HANADB. Any suggestion? No, I'm not too much into the SAP development because it's not where my expertise lie around. So no, I'm not good in the SAP or any kind of Salesforce. This is out of the scope of what I do. And I don't just want to say any gibberish on the things that I don't even know. I have certain area of expertise. I'm learning a few things just like you. This is where I talk and this is where I stay. And I explore definitely new things, but I pick them very wisely. SAP or Salesforce is not going to be something I'm going to be picking up anytime soon. So again, mark this one. I will put up a short of clipping this one here that I'm not going to be picking up sales or SaaS, these kind of SAP anytime soon. So yeah. Okay, talk about the graphic card crisis. Hardware related questions though. Uh, Hardware question related, but moreover like a crypto questions. Yes, there is a shortage of all these graphic cards because these miners are just making a nightmare of the world. Greed of this money, how much? How you learn new tech so fast? No, I don't learn fast. It just I introduce you to later, and behind the scene when I'm not talking about it on YouTube, I am actually already learning it. So that's why you see me that hey, he just talked about it like 2 months ago, and within 2 months he's expert. No, it's not like that. I have been working it for like 8 months or 9 months before I discuss that on the YouTube. So it takes time to me as well. I'm no genius. I take my time. I definitely get in touch with more experienced people, and that gets my learning speed up. Like fastest thing that I've learned and almost like aced it is AWS. Fastest ever I have learned this. Let's move on to another super chat. Thanks for the free JS course. Hey, thank you so much and kudos to you. Your views on React versus Angular in terms of job market. I have 2 years experience in Angular and please make Angular advanced course. You don't need any advanced course after that. Whatever I've taught in the my React and Angular course, you don't need anything on top of it. I have taught you enough that you can read the documentation by yourself. You don't need anything on top of that. Okay, hey Tej, what's your position in basketball? I usually go for the feeder, but I was surprisingly good in taking rebounds. I know I said that I'm not really that tall guy, I'm just 5'9", but I was surprisingly good in deciding the where the ball is gonna go and how I can take the rebounds. Like I was insanely good in that. And then just take the ball, go out of the circle, three-pointer, and it's always gonna count in. That's usually I used to do. So love those games. Like I don't know how surprisingly I was good um, in that. Big biceps or broad back? Nothing. I don't like really getting too big. I like to get shrunk a little bit. Too big of the things, I really don't appreciate that. And I'm not gonna get too big anyhow because my diet is like not that much big. I have to force eat myself, otherwise I'll shrink like too much. And I don't take even a drop or a pinch of protein powders. I don't. I have my own issues with the body, so uh, that's why I'm not gonna get even crazy back or biceps. I just do it to keep myself fit. If I'm able to like do the treadmill run for an hour or 45 minutes, and I'm able to do a swimming turn of the pools like 20 laps, I'm all happy with that. If I'm able to do like some days I do just 100 burpees and that's all my workout, that's it. I'm more happy with these kinds of workout, which I'm missing a lot. Okay, why do loyal employees get less hike and job hoppers get more? Irony of life, I would say. Irony of life. Okay, so I guess it's been long that we have been chitting and chatting around. Okay, your favorite stock? That's interesting question. I do have variety of favorite stocks. It's not just one. Uh, I trust a lot in the Tata stocks. Uh, and some of the stocks like Tata Motors, Tata Chemical, Tata Communication, these are the stocks I love. And SBI and Infosys, Wipro. What else? These are like majorly my favorite. Reliance is still not my favorite. Yeah, it's a good stock. But these are some of the stock: SBI, SBI Card, HDFC. These are the some I prefer. But yeah, these are good stocks. I like them. Like on a longer run. I'm not. If you're looking to sell and all these things, then it's not good for you. Okay. Hola, professor. Hola, amigos. How to exactly watch and work on a tutorial in your opinion? Love from Kerala. If you want to watch a tutorial, first see that what the tutorial is all about, because I'm taking in count that you are not watching just my course, you are taking a tutorial from YouTube as well. So I prefer a playlist any given day, which is divided into smaller videos, because there is no chance on the planet Earth that you're going to be watching that 4 hour, 5 hour long video on a one go. So if you watch it for some while, you get the views, the view count is super high there, but actually you don't learn too much from there. Just watching the video is never going to cut through it. So prefer a video which is divided into smaller chunks and then start following that. And once you're done with one video, make sure you're writing the code as the instructor is saying, and also take 5 more minutes to actually analyze what you're doing in that code and maybe do a little bit more research, study a little bit of documentation. So if a video is of 10 minutes, you should spend 15 minutes in that video, 10 minutes watching and doing whatever you're doing, and then 5 more minutes to explore things on your own. So that's how the major or the best practice of the learning practice should be. But that's why I don't post the videos which are like 12 hours long, 6 hour long, 4 hour long, because it's not useful for students. They definitely give you view count, because if you watch and you engage and you just scroll a little bit on the bar, you get views. You get money as well. But yeah. Firebase or MongoDB, what should be preferred by beginners? Firebase. Start with Firebase and eventually transition into MongoDB. Firebase is expensive. Companies don't use that much. Some companies do, but not all of them. Okay, are you married? This is one of the big internet question. When is Hitesh going to get married? I think that's an internet mystery. Is it possible to run iOS simulator on Windows? Not legally. Didn't find any videos on video. This also answers your second question. Not legally. You need to go with Hackintosh and all the stuff. And I hate Hackintosh. And community hates me that I hate Hackintosh. But that's the fact. I don't like Hackintosh. It's not reliable. It's not really the something where I would love to do my production work. So I don't like it. And community hates me for hating the Hackintosh. That's fine. It's okay. Is it possible for commerce graduate to get a job in web development or other versus field without a CS degree or diploma, just based on skill? Yes, of course, absolutely, 100%. But are you giving your 100% in those skills? Are you bringing your A game in those skills? Because you'll be competing with people who are competing with degrees in those fields. So you need to be extraordinary in that field. And it's not a tough job. You just need to spend some time and consistency and dedication, and you can do that. But make sure you're always aware about the fact. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. A lot of people can sugarcoat this. Hey, you can do it. Look at the Bill Gates. You're not Bill Gates. Neither I am Bill Gates. Let's be very, very clear on that. You need to bring your A game. So be dead serious on that. Okay. Let's bring up more of these questions. There are more super chats going on. No, we have done all of that. Okay. There's a. What are your sources of learning new stuff? I usually look to dive deep into the docs. Sometimes I take printout of these documentation as well to read them in the night lamp. These are my favorite ways, because the tech that I usually want to learn is like fresh, new. There's not much tutorial because I put these tutorials. So yes, it's difficult sometimes to actually learn. How to remove password in Ubuntu? God mode. You might want to search a little bit more on the God mode or how to go into the God mode at the boot time. This is one of the question actually in the Red Hat exams, that you have to take this machine and you have to just get into this somehow. So that's the question. Okay, Hashnode or Dave2 LCO blogs are from Hashnode, right? No, these blogs are from Learn Code Online. We are just using the platform of Hashnode to post our content because they called me and said, "Hey, Tish, we can give you a better platform than Ghost CMS." And I was frustrated with WordPress. So we are posting them. This is invasion of my privacy. Indra Tej Reddy. I need to become Indranagar ka Gunda. This is invasion. Oh, come on, man. Moving on. I know Flutter. Can I use Django MongoDB backend? Yes, of course. The usual strategy is to build your backend in Django or Mongo, Node, whatever, and throw the APIs and handle APIs in Flutter. That's usually the situation. How do you manage your time? That's the one thing I am good and I'm getting really, really better in that. Okay, so okay, I guess these are all the question. Fawaz Ali says, how to work with you. I constantly post about the job and all the people who are hired. We are looking forward to hire on my Instagram. I don't do that on YouTube because it's clumsy and too much application comes in. But we constantly hire people to provide more support at LCO eventually and help me in creating more projects, more courses. So anybody who is ready to jump in, join in at that perfect time. And of course, you have to sign that you won't be leaking out any information because we'd never like to put out any information about upcoming courses. So that's basically it. I post them on Instagram majorly. And if any of my friend is also looking for a person or a talent, I post them on Instagram. I don't like to put these smaller stuff on YouTube. It doesn't make sense. My friend is just looking for, let's just say, 5 Python developers. I shouldn't actually make a video on that on YouTube. There's no way of doing that on YouTube. So that's why I do that on Instagram. Okay, so all right, it's been a while, almost more than an hour. I came here 10 minutes earlier on 9 and I have been talking a lot. Now I need to give some rest to my throat. Yeah, I need to. Okay, so that's all what we'll be doing for today. And I think we should rest it up now. I know you guys are all excited. And we will be doing, if you wish. You can always request me up on Instagram. And we can always go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's all for this live. And we're going to shortly catch up in another Saturday live. Maybe some Instagram live as well. It's been a while. We haven't done that. That's also due. So catch me up on Instagram and we are going to do some Instagram live as well. I hope you have enjoyed the quality live here, audio, video, and everything. And thank you so much for joining in. Bye-bye. Take care. Take care of your family as well. Stay safe and motivate yourself. These are tough times and are not easy to go ahead with that. Anyways, thank you so much. In case you are new here, consider hitting subscribe or later on as well. No big deal. You can do that later.